welcome to the Away Day Reviews show. This is Back in the Net. We're an AFC Bournemouth fan channel. My name's Sam.
My name's Tom.
Tom, you haven't clicked your fingers in a while, so I want you to do it for this club. We are reviewing Fulham. Wow, Craven Cottage. And just a caveat, we don't talk about the football just as well, eh?
Yeah, that's very true. It wasn't a good one for us. But yeah, we don't... This is the show, we just forget about the football for a bit. And let's talk about the experience as an away fan.
So what kind of things do we review to help do this?
All sorts, mate.
Right.
So your car parking, your standard stuff like that, your pre-match away pub.
Oh, yeah.
We always try and check that out. Then the walk across to the ground. We do a thing called the wow factor where we get a certain fan that's never been there before.
Wow.
To get their opinion on it. The view from your seat in that away end. The Pint.
Nice.
Because that changes at every single ground. The noise for the home fans, what the atmosphere's like, and then the value for money at the end. And then we got a little scoring system, a little tier list.
And this is it. It ranges from just can't score this, which is obviously awful, through to thing of beauty, a good thing. And then when we tot up the final score, they get put onto a league table. This is how it looks at the moment, mate. I think this is going to be recalibrated, isn't it? It's going to be.
Yeah, we always say this, that
it's going to be.
We've done it in a different layout in the past when we've done these away shows in different seasons. But
it's nothing to do with the football. Man United 3-0 win, top.
But what also happens is it's not fair on certain teams because you can't compare as well, because once you've seen them all, I think you can then sit back a little bit and go, right, which ones need to go up and down? So we will change it at the end, little bits and bobs, but this is a good little indicator of whereabouts you must be. And yeah, I do feel for Sheffield United. They're having a tough season, but they got off the bottom recently, didn't they?
Exactly. Right. So, car parking then. And you know what? Fulham fans are lovely. Fulham fans are really nice. Yeah. I had an email or a DM from Jim, a Fulham fan, who said, if you're driving up to Putney, you can park with my permit if you want. Just, you can park anywhere in a particular zone. Yep. And I had a look on a map, and we parked really close to where we needed to be, and that saved us some cash by doing it on like Just Park or anywhere like that. Often people get the train. We were toying with the train, but I think we sort of left it too late with tickets, which meant it was a little bit more extortionate than usual. I always have like a £30 rule on trains.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
If it was any more than that, I'm like, nah, I can't be bothered. And I know that that's relatively cheap these days.
I think we also had a few recently, haven't we, on the train, so we kind of felt like we didn't need it as much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. And we parked there, and then that made it easy to get to not only our main pub, but another pub just beforehand as well.
Yes.
That do you remember that? That was but in terms of getting in and getting out, no traffic. Easy to park in that parking zone, mate, and I was really happy.
Yeah, I was happy with it, but like I say, it's a difficult one because we've got really, really fortunate there, thanks to Jim, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think other people I spoke to struggled a little bit more. Yeah. If you don't get the train, so I've had to put that to consideration because listen, we got very, very fortunate.
Yes.
With that, so yeah, thank him again. But so I'm looking at, like I say, for us it was pretty all right, but on the whole, if you are doing your drive and parking at Fulham, it's not unbelievable, and obviously it is where it is in terms of London and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm just going to be fair. I'm going to go not the best because for us it's probably just above average, but I think you've got to take everything into consideration. So we'll whack it not the best, mate.
Yeah. Okay, and as for the pub, right, we did go to the East Putney Tavern for a quick drink, and there was this gorgeous dog in the pub, mate.
There was.
Absolutely beautiful dog that I just had to take a photo of. I was chatting to the owner for a bit. Superb. Loved
nice little pub, actually.
Yeah, really nice. It was just opening, actually. So
yeah, we went in there just before the other pub opened, if you like.
Yeah, so, that's right.
And I quite liked it in there. And then we went to, I forgot the name already.
The Jolly Garden.
That's it, Jolly Garden.
By the way, mate, I didn't realise. I think they had in the East Putney Tavern, which it was just as well I didn't have any more drinks later on down the line. But I asked for, because you were drinking, you had a pint of like Amstel or something. Yeah, Tiggs had a pint of Guinness, and I asked for a Punk AF. Right, which is punk alcohol free, like IPA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what they do it for. They brand it in that way. But yeah, Punk AF. And then it was only when watching the vlog, when I got back, I realised they actually served me a normal.
Oh, did they?
Oh, but well, thank God I didn't have a drink at the Jolly Gardeners as well. I mean, I could have had maybe one more.
Yeah, I didn't realise that.
Even still, but Jolly Gardeners is people go to the 8 Bells usually. There's the Temperance, there's the Wetherspoons, which is the Rocket on the other side of the bridge as well. Quite often get busy, so we tend to We tend to go just on the outskirts a little bit where it's a bit quiet.
I think also we've had, because of the way kind of our two clubs have been in terms of going up and down together, if you like, and we were in the Championship, is I feel like we've done Fulham away a lot, and we've done like all them pubs you mentioned have been on all.
Yeah.
So I think we just try and mix it up a little bit, don't we? And we've done one where we went on the boat thing.
The Uber boat, yeah.
And all of them, to be fair, they've all got different qualities. So the 8 Bells is really good if you want to get into the spirit, and that's a proper way pub. But Johnny Gardner's got a soft spot for it, mate.
Yeah,
I like it. I do really, really like it in there.
I think a Big Jim, not the Jim I mentioned earlier, but Big Jim F. Frev from Ola, he went to the Temperance.
Yes.
He got a picture in there with his family, I think. But yeah.
Some good options there. So I'm going to have to be high on this one, mate. I like Johnny Gardner's, so I'm going to go happy enough.
Yeah, and you know what? They did Guinness Zero as well, which I was very happy with. So yeah, I love that stuff. Right, walk to the ground then. We left it late, by the way.
Did we?
We did, and we were worrying, are we going to get there in time? Do you remember? We were like, hang on, it's quite a walk here, because you have to go across the bridge.
Yeah,
and then when you're on the other side, you've got to walk through the park. And
I definitely appreciate
Craven Cottage is a bit of a walk from Putney, but we got there okay, about. I was surprised you got in there in time, actually, but you did, so it's absolutely fine.
Wish I bloody didn't.
You managed to get there for their opener. But it's actually a quite a nice walk, but a long walk.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There could be worse, but
if it was pissing it down, it wouldn't be too good.
Yeah, it's one of them. I'm like, it's not horrific, but it's nothing that makes me think, oh, that was a nice little walk to the ground. So
if it's May and the sun's shining, walking down by the Thames, I can imagine it's beautiful.
Yeah, no, you're probably right, actually.
But
it's probably fair.
We're rating the weather here, basically.
I know what you mean. I'm going to put it in not for the best then. Okay. I think that's fair. I won't
just because it's quite long.
Yeah, it's quite long.
So, but then that's our mistake with the pub. But then the pub might not have been rated as highly, so
We've got to think about so much things for these ratings, haven't we? But yeah, no, it's not the best. I literally was about to go, it's not the best, so it's got to go not the best. There you go.
As for wow factor, who is rating it this week? It's Ethan Burney.
Oh, legend.
And he had his say on what he thought of Craven Cottage. Did it give him the wow factor? He'll touch on the view and maybe a bit more. Here we go.
Craven Cottage, what a letdown. As soon as I approached the stadium, it didn't give me the wow factor at all, but as soon as I entered the stadium, it was not the best away days that I've experienced in the past. But the seats were absolutely appalling in my opinion, because I couldn't see at all. And also the fans were very quiet, so that is why I rank it a 2 out of 10.
He rated it 2.
Yeah. Stuff to do with us.
2.
Fair enough. That's his opinion.
Yeah, it is. Mate. And we can recalibrate this now. I think it's a grand old lady of a stadium, and I really like it.
It's all personal preference.
I like the fusion of the new stand, Riverside stand that's still not open, and the kind of, the cottage in the corner, the older stands as well. I really like it.
I'm similar to you.
But Ethan's gone for 2. We're old.
That's what
but then it's the view as well, and he's used to being able to see from a seat that's really close to the pitch, and
fair enough.
And he's there at ground where it's not the best. And I must admit, actually, even though I'm a relatively tall guy, just like yourself, Tom,
move on.
Trying to see in that bottom right corner, so over to that way, was quite difficult. Couldn't really see in there. So, I mean, I know this is coming onto the view a little bit, so I can understand that, Ethan, on your part, and that's why you're going 4, 2.
Yeah. No, I kind of get that, but I'm touching on from that. I go for the view of the seat. I know what you're saying, but I think because you try and this is why we was recalibrate at the end. I think about a lot of other stadiums. So I actually think, no, actually, I quite like it.
Yeah,
and I always do when we say view from the seat. I always
you're relatively close to the pitch.
Yeah, you're relatively close to the pitch, but I think with view from the seat, you go for the whole. I don't know what the word is really, but not just your view watching the game, but just everything you can see. And I quite like it.
Yeah,
it's just personal feel. I don't know if you agree. I quite like going to Craven Cottage and being in that away end, mate. So I think just in and out, because Ethan's gone low there, which I appreciate, but trying to boost my own personal preference up here, I'm gonna whack out with an 8.
With an 8? Yeah. Okay, fair enough. That is Tom's opinion, and fair enough. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. Right, for Pie and a Pint, we always sample the local cuisine.
Of course.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. We also check the Daily Mirror's Pie and a Pint price guide that they put out at the start of the season to verify whether it's okay. Fulham's got the most expensive pint in the Premier League. £7?
fuming. And there's nothing I can do about that because, just tapping into the pitch a little bit. I bloody needed one.
And, that's unlike Fulham to charge extortionate amounts for people to go to their ground, eh? Also, the pies as well, £5.70, up 14%. It's the second most expensive. Chelsea
it's about going
is
there.
the top.
Chelsea and Fulham at the top. What a shock.
Well, what a shock. But pie was all right.
Yeah, the pie's decent and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with the products. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit too pricey. And
you're on a concourse where if the rain's going a particular way, you can get wet.
That's a good point, actually. Very good point.
I'd say that.
Yeah, but no, it's one of them. They're fine, like products, but the pricing is a bit annoying. They know they're never going to get that high on that, so I just put them in not for the best. Man.
Yeah,
not the best.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Right, as for the noise, what?
Sorry?
Well, they won 3-1. So
did they?
Yeah. I mean, you'd have heard that, right?
Okay, no. What is going on there?
Is it because it's Bournemouth? I mean, Fulham, Fulham are a bigger club.
Of course.
And I know that...
But I've been there before, a lot of times, and it's not that bad, and we beat them.
Last time they had their white flags, though, didn't they? They were waving them around.
I can't remember. It feels a bit touristy, atmosphere-wise.
I suppose it is.
Yeah. And it's obvious, isn't it?
You've also got to accept that, unfortunately, due to the ownership... some loyal Fulham fans cannot afford to attend games because one of the tickets in the hammy end, I think, £59. Are you joking? Against
outrageous.
Bournemouth,
outrageous.
Against Bournemouth. No disrespect to us, but £59 to watch Fulham Bournemouth. You having a laugh?
Yeah,
that's and so what? They, I'm kind of not surprised in a way, and they are amidst when things are good on the pitch. This is always how it goes. It happens with us.
Yes.
That kind of furore that happens with pricing and potential protests and stuff, it always gets, dulled down a little bit, so you don't hear as much of it. But when things aren't so good on the pitch, that then reflects and reverberates in amongst the fan base, and there are protests. They've done protests already this season, and a lot of popular organisations with Fulham, including like the Fulhamish podcast, for instance, have got behind some superb. Have got behind some messages that chastise the board for what they're doing. So I can see it from that perspective.
This is not in any way saying I don't understand it. It's just saying that we're judging the noise and there wasn't much.
Yeah, for that amount of people, it should have been louder and it wasn't.
And I think that's fair, mate. But I think, context and stuff is key, so that's why you dived into it there. So for that, I'm going to let them have some points in there rather than going 0. I'll put them in 2 because it was rubbish. But I'm sure... they're not surprised by that. Yeah. They kind of know, and as you said, mate, there's a lot of reasons for it. But just the category is noise, so I'm gonna have to put it rubbish.
Right, value for money next. Now this is difficult because we had a free parking space courtesy of Jim. If we didn't, right, honestly, like sometimes if you go to, I don't know, insert Northern club here, Barnsley, right, or whatever. I know they're not Premier League or whatever, but you look around on Just Park and you find some spaces for like £5 and maybe one at £7.50, £8 or whatever. Fulham, have a look at the little dots around the stadium on Just Park, your parking space, £35.
Yeah.
For 5 hours? What? Sorry?
Realise I really love Jim right now.
So, I mean, we could have done our usual thing.
Yeah, of course.
Go to Richmond, but that's what, £8 plus the fees, that's tenner. Then you've got to tube it. You're still spending money either way. So we were lucky.
Yep.
That's not great. The price of a pie and a pint isn't particularly great. And look, I'm going to tap into what they're doing to their own fans. That's not great. But your opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you're saying there. But then equally, like I've mentioned in the other categories, it could be a little bit pricier. But I like the pub. I like all the options of pubs, and if you get a nice sunny day and you're sat out there with a beer and some food, it's all right. So I think there's...
Johnny Gardner's is a bit expensive, but it's a great pub.
Yeah, it is, but I do like it.
Go on.
I don't want to be too harsh now. I'll go not the best. I think that's fair.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Right, I'm going to do now my Rachel Riley impression by working out some maths. So that's 16... Cara Vorderman? Yeah. Rather than Rachel Riley.
Yeah, you can be Vorders.
Okay.
I want to be Riley.
But she's a Man United fan.
Who's Vorderman support, Joe?
I don't know, but she's Welsh, isn't she? So
okay.
You'd probably take that. I'm getting a score of, here's the league table, where will Fulham go?
That'd be great.
36
okay,
points. So they're not bottom. They're not bottom, put it that way.
I think that's fair.
It's okay. They're in the relegation zone.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at it, I thought it's clearly going to do better than West Ham, obviously, and Sheffield United. I thought it would be close with Palace, so that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Like I say, it all gets recalibrated in the season.
I'm sorry, there is no way that Crystal Palace is a better away day than Fulham. There's no way, mate.
Do you not think?
This is going to be recalibrated. It's going to have to be.
It is, but we forget things. Was the price is slightly better for? There must have been reasons.
Have you seen? Like, there was a picture from.
Ethan's done Fulham dirty, actually.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember who did the. I apologise, but who done the wow factor for Palace? But
yeah, I can't.
That may have affected it slightly.
But you know what? Like, there was when Palace played Luton like a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
A Luton fan took a picture in the toilets. They were flooded. You had to basically walk through a pool of like piss just in order to get to the urinals.
I mean, put it this way: if you'd done a league table on view from your seat, Palace wouldn't even be. No one would be close to losing to them.
Fulham, right? Don't lose hope. I think you may go up when we recalibrate this. That's all I'm saying. Whether it'll be enough to go ahead, and look, there are other clubs that are going to be reviewed as well. You can see the empty gaps in the table. So I don't think you're going to stay in the relegation zone, or will you? There's a reason to do a couple of things, right?
Yeah, like click the bell, and then you'll know when all the videos are out. And subscribe. I really appreciate it. I know we've got a few Fulham fans, which is in the comments that sometimes, which is great. Formed a little bit of a lovely, I don't know, just like a hatred to Parker has brought us together, which is nice. But Sam said he doesn't expect to stay in the relegation zone. I'm not going to promise that at all. But looking at the games we got to come, they're going to have it. And like you say, they're
pushing Europe, aren't they? In the league. Well, so are we.
Yeah, well.
Thanks for watching, and make sure you stay tuned, because coming up, Newcastle and Burnley.
Oh, yeah.
Where are they going to go? Stay tuned.
See you later. Up the cherries.